At OXO, there's a recipe for innovation. We create products that put a new spin on form and function. Add a small measure of convenience, a peel of comfort, and just a pop of freshness. Because no matter what you're making, we want to make it better. OXO. Better. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Can't find nothing on the radio. Yo, turn to that station.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
When Duda's here, it's just like a free-for-all of laughter.
I like what your face does. It kind of gets all sort of squinched up.
Jeff Lutz.
I disagree with that.
Really?
And Jason Duda. For today, anyway.
When it comes to radio, that you got to be all right, right?
Don't tell him, Bob. Lucky to be even on the radio.
Really?
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I mean, how is that even possible?
All right, hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Jason Duda in with us today, the three-man booth. It is a Thursday. We're going to make our college and pro picks coming up in about 20 minutes. Some good games on the docket. We'll update you on the leaderboard after, I believe, now 12 weeks. That's a chunk of time.
And how many more to go?
Probably another 12.
Yeah, I'm good.
About that.
I'm good.
You keep falling farther and farther behind.
Wait till Thanksgiving.
Seems like about 10,
Not
10 more
worried
weeks.
about it. Everything's going to be just fine. My picks after Thanksgiving will be fantastic.
But you're still, you've fallen so far behind that it doesn't really matter.
Oh, it's not that far, Jeff. You never give up. The game's not over until it's over.
It's about over.
One would potentially point out that you've shown very little aptitude for making picks over the years we've done this. But that could be a bridge too far. That potentially could hurt your feelings. So we won't.
Pick up your microphone. I can't see.
I don't think it'll hurt my feelings.
This is why.
Hold the microphone, please. I mean, you had a segment off.
I
during
almost
our interview
had a
with
nap.
Shelby Werman. Now you can come here with some energy, some enthusiasm, and some vitality, frankly.
Why don't you give me the ottoman when I get over here? So I get my feet up.
For obvious reasons.
You've got it. You've got a very comfortable situation already. 869-1240. That's the IHOP hotline.
How come
each and every day, IHOP, where you can enjoy the new waffle combo, choice of a Belgian strawberry cheesecake or Oreo cookie crumble waffle, 2 eggs your way, 2 bacon strips or pork sausage links, and hash browns.
Good grief.
I tell you, every time I read that promo, it sounds better and better.
Well, you should go have it.
Might have to do it.
You'd be crazy.
You know where I went to lunch today, and I don't go to lunch very often, but I had an invitation.
Great.
That drives
Where'd
you
you
nuts.
go? Well, don't worry about
That drives you nuts when I said that.
Where'd you go, Bob?
Who'd you go with?
Well, I went with Katie Woods from
there
the
you go.
National Baseball Congress.
Yeah, and where did you go today?
Well, we went to Connie's, and I hadn't been to Connie's in a while.
That's a beautiful place.
And just the tacos are so good. And that's what I had. I had a beef taco and a chicken taco. And have you been to Connie's?
I don't know if I have.
Well,
that's a good question.
I'm gonna ask you at some point in the fairly near future to go to Connie's. They're at 21st and Broadway.
Oh, so you're not inviting me, you're just telling me to go. Interesting.
He's asking you, actually.
He's asking me to tell me to go by myself.
Please.
That's what he is. That's what he did, right? Did I read that wrong?
You know, he's not going to lunch with you.
No,
so.
I know that, but that's fair.
I don't go to lunch very often. I did
I
today.
got stood up for lunch today.
Who stood you up?
I don't know if I should say.
A listener?
No.
A coworker.
It was a former boss, but not the bad one that you're thinking of. It was a different one.
I don't have any bad bosses.
No, a former boss of mine.
Why would he go out with one of your bosses?
Who was it?
I'm not going to say the person's name.
Well, maybe they forgot.
Where was this? Where'd you work with this gentleman? Or
over there at Paradigm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, I know who that is.
See?
Kip, right?
Yeah, Kip.
I got.
What?
Why would he do that?
What's so funny?
Well, there it is. He goes, I'm not going to put the name out there. And you're like, oh, yeah, Kip.
Well,
Okay,
that's just his first
fantastic.
name. Didn't mention his last name, Hawkins.
Kip's a fine gentleman.
That's a good man. I'm sure he forgot, or
Where were you supposed to go?
I still went.
Well, where'd you go then?
Barnard's.
Oh, that's a good spot.
way out east.
No, it's out west.
That's what I meant. Why'd you go way out west? I guess you didn't work today, did you?
I did. I took the afternoon off.
Well, there you go. And that's another very good place. I like Barnard's.
Yeah.
I'm
fantastic.
sure you like Barnard's.
Yep.
Uh,
Can't go wrong with eating there.
And it's not that far. I mean, it's on 37th.
did you text him and see what happened?
Uh-uh.
Just nothing.
I didn't think he would be there because this is too long of a story. He messaged me like 2 Fridays ago, and we were going to have lunch last Friday, right? And I texted him then to confirm, and he said, I just found out on a Friday that his son was student of the week at his school, and he had to go to school. So that was off.
Well, this could be a situation where he's coming up with stuff
Oh, he is.
to get out of this.
Oh, no question. But then he tried to reschedule. I was just going to let him off the hook and say, yeah, you just found out.
So now you're questioning his honesty.
If his son's student of the week,
I wouldn't go. Would you go to lunch with
you
Jeff?
just found out on a
if
Friday?
you got on a radio show and questioned your integrity?
No, I probably wouldn't go to lunch with Jeff anyway. So
What? We've been to lunch.
Oh yeah, we have.
And I'd go to lunch with you again. Yeah, at the Scotch.
Oh, that's right.
I've never been to lunch with you.
No, and there's probably smart. That's probably good for us.
I'll be honest, I never felt like it was a big hole in my resume.
No, well, I'm with you.
But someday, maybe we can meet at Connie's.
Well, there you go. That could happen.
That'd be lovely.
Because it's close to where I live, relatively. It doesn't take much time to get to Connie's. And it's certainly close to League 42. So that's a possibility. I was highly impressed. Let me just say that.
And salsa there are great too.
Yeah, it's all good. I even went for some of the hot sauce.
Hot salsa or
Hot salsa.
okay.
And it burned.
I don't know why anyone.
You wouldn't do that.
No, because that takes away from the taste.
No, it's really good.
I'm sure it's fine, but I don't want stuff that's so hot that it takes away from.
No, I'm talking with the chips.
Right, I understand.
And I don't know where you come down on that, but I'm more a mild guy, and I tried this just to kind of be adventurous, and I ended up liking it a lot.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind a little spice, but I have to watch it or else it gets to me. So
Yeah, that's the same
that's
with me.
my problem. I used to eat it all the time. I love spicy food.
I got to watch
wherever.
that too.
But now, the last 5-6 years, boy, it gets to me.
I
gotta be
had
careful.
the hot links from a restaurant in
What?
town. Not today, you moron.
Well, that's
You know, I can only
I
handle
know not
so
today,
much.
but how dumb can you be?
I can only handle so
Let me just
much.
rip apart my intestines.
Hot links are great.
They are, but it's not worth it at this stage of the game.
Not now. I used to be able to handle hot links. I found out I don't handle them
There you go.
in very graphic fashion.
Exactly. And it's no fun. It's not worth it.
No,
Keeps me up at night. It's terrible. I can't
never do
it
them
anymore.
again.
I just can't do it. I miss it.
Oh, I love hot links.
I love hot stuff, period, but I can't do it anymore.
Well, that's a.
It's part of getting old.
I'm going to rank the chips and salsa in town at some point.
Oh, we can't wait. Let us know when.
Well, I just don't know if I have 10. I only have like 4 or 5. that are,
Whatever you have
like,
is
definitely
it's-
on the
it's-
list. Rubens is on the list.
it's
Obviously,
exciting.
margaritas, Playa Azul, Connie's. What else?
I have no idea.
Well, Cholitas has very good salsa and chips. So
Really?
Mexican Viejo has very good chips.
Oh, they do. Is that the place down on 21st right here?
No, it's
yeah, it's on 21st.
Yeah,
that they are very good. Correct.
Yeah.
it's a good spot too for them.
I'll tell you another place since we're giving free publicity.
Why not?
What's that place Coco, right out there at
Oh yeah.
13th and Tyler. Coco.
Dolce?
No. What's the name of it?
Coco Bajas or
No, you
Coco
moron.
Loco?
I've used
Cocos Locos.
Coco Loco?
Yeah, something like that.
Locos?
we went there a couple weeks ago and had a very good meal.
Wow. Chips and salsa.
I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna ask
Love
you.
it.
I'm gonna ask you this question: your favorite type of food? I got about 3 in a first place tie.
Yeah, I don't know if I could narrow that down.
It's
It's
Mexican,
no question
Italian,
Mexican for me.
Mexican, Italian, and American. I mean, I like a
Not
I like
Chinese right there with it?
I don't go deep enough into the Chinese well to really say that I'm a big Chinese food fan.
That's
I
tough.
don't eat the broccoli, and I don't eat
Well,
the.
okay, but you can eat the beef. You can eat the orange.
the beef.
You can eat the orange.
Anybody
chicken.
can eat the beef,
Well,
Duda.
Do you eat a lot of American broccoli?
Duda?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Chinese is on the list, but it's not one of the. I like it, but once in a while. So I wouldn't put it on my top in the top 3.
You're crazy.
I drove by the new.
I miss Ukrainian food because that's what I grew up on. Love it.
Your grandmother.
Yeah. Polish sausage and
Well, that's
sauerkraut and
that's German food.
Well, that's kind of German, but the Ukrainians make sauerkraut with a lot of this.
Well,
stuff.
so
pierogies.
the Ukrainians, the
pierogies. I'm getting
Peruvians,
pierogi-
everybody in the world makes sauerkraut.
I'm getting pierogies next week. Oh yeah.
What in the world?
Oh, pierogies.
Well, I hope it clears up quickly.
Oh, it's so good. I might have to bring you some to try.
Nah, I don't want any.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I've decided.
I'll bring you a cookie and pierogies. What a dish that is.
I had my cookie for the year.
One
those
cookie a
those
year?
are amazing cookies, but I don't know, man. I don't want to get into the habit of those babies.
No, you can't. I don't. I get my pumpkin chocolate chips and I freeze them and I take them out once in a while. That's it.
Oh, those are good though.
They're fantastic.
What do you do to thaw them?
Just lay them out. You just got to wrap it each one individually, and then you take it out. You put it on the counter, and it takes about 20 minutes, and it tastes just like you just bought it.
It's fantastic.
The one I brought you the other day, that one was
No,
frozen.
it's tremendous.
I brought it over, sat it down, you ate it. That's how quick.
It was
Like
good.
that. Perfect.
Yeah, and
When I know I'm going to eat half a dozen, I take them out
half a dozen.
30 minutes before the football game starts, and away I go.
What a
But you only take them out occasionally. But you take 15 out of the time.
No, it's just 6.
you eat 6 cookies
Sometimes. It's
from
happened.
Crumbles.
It's happened before, yes.
6 of them.
Yeah, well, it's during the whole football game, well, the first half. Well, they're basically done by the first quarter. But, yeah, during the football game.
I grew up with guys like you, and they just wandered off, and we never heard from them
There's a
again.
chance
And
that could happen. But I'll
just-
enjoy my time.
just kind of guys that were there, and you talked to them once in a while, and they talked about eating or something, and then
And then you never talk
you
to them
went
again.
away, and you forgot they existed.
Yeah, that happens. It'll be okay.
How come neither of you guys have said anything about my new ink?
I don't notice it.
I
I don't.
didn't notice
I'm not
it.
a big fan.
And you got a whole bunch now, so
Uh-huh.
it's not
Yeah.
like new and
All right.
noticeable.
Okay.
Not a big fan.
You don't like this particular tattoo?
Not really. Don't know what it is.
It's a sunflower on the state of Kansas flag.
Where's the flag?
What do you mean?
Where's the Kansas flag?
No, this is the sunflower from the
Yeah,
flag.
no one would know that just looking at it.
No, they wouldn't, but that's okay. You can still tell it's a sunflower.
So anyway, whatever. I mean, it's your midlife crisis.
It's not a
that
midlife crisis at
has
all.
started early.
No, I would have gotten tattoos much sooner. I thought my wife hated them.
Well, she may not like this. In
She doesn't
fact,
mind.
she may say that.
She would tell me if she didn't.
She may say that.
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you think of it?
I'm indifferent.
Really?
Really.
What a change of pace for you.
I'm indifferent. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. I'm indifferent. They're fine. They're fine if you don't
I
have them.
suppose I've never
it's a
had.
personal issue, or not an issue, but a personal choice. And
I've never had an
you wanna, go ahead.
inclination to get a tattoo.
Well, I haven't either. I've never had.
I don't know what that thinking is. I don't know what. Describe it.
I don't know. It just becomes a part of you, I guess. It just kind of
I got
it kind
plenty-
of gets into your skin, literally and figuratively. It's just like I enjoy the process. I enjoy the process when it's over. I enjoy the novelty of having a new one. It's just all I just like it. I can't explain it.
Are you going to go anywhere besides your arms?
Probably not.
I don't know. Whatever you need. I just don't expect a lot of comments from me.
Okay, I won't.
I don't care.
Okay, that's great. That's perfect.
If you do it, you do it. It's not anything I would have hoped. I hope my son gets those 7 tattoos on his arms. That's not where I would have been.
I am up to 7.
I don't know. I mean,
It doesn't matter.
a bunch of dads sitting around talking about, their hopes for their kids. I don't know that tattoos comes up in that conversation.
Well, it probably doesn't. But when you're old enough and you can make that choice, then you make the choice. If you want to have one or you want to get some, go ahead. It doesn't bother me any.
Well, but we don't need to be bothered by them, do we? We don't need to be told. What do you think of this one?
Well, it's your son who got some ink, and he's asking his dad what you think.
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't think that's wrong by him to ask you that question.
I can't really see it.
But I don't think it's wrong
What's
for
the
him
significance
to ask
of it?
that question.
I have California over here because one of my parents was born in California, and then I have Kansas over here because I myself and my parent was born in Kansas.
So that's not really about me. It's more about you. You were born in Kansas.
I think if I had lived in Minnesota, I still would have gotten the sunflower. Maybe I would have just got something else for
So
Minnesota.
if you're getting that tattoo, you're thinking about me.
Yeah.
No, answer the question.
See, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how you operate? That tattoo's all about me, right? Where'd you go to lunch, Dad? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you. You want to know so bad that it's...
So
Isn't that a weird...
answer my question.
No, I wasn't thinking about you.
So that wasn't done for me.
For you?
No, it wasn't done in honor of me.
It was done in honor of our
Was
birthplace.
the other one done in honor of your mother?
It was done in honor of, quote unquote, I say I'm a half Californian. It's a joke. So there's the half Californian, there's the half Kansan, and everything's beautiful.
But you did the Californian because of your mother solely. That's the only reason you did the California.
Because I personally have a parent from California who happens to be my mother.
Right. That's the only reason you got that tattoo.
But it's the same principle for the sunflower.
So really no thought of me at all getting that
It's
tattoo.
not. It doesn't have to do with my mother. It has to do with a parent of mine being born in California.
That's your mother.
Who happens to be my mother.
Well, that's a parent.
Right. But it just happens
in both
to be.
ways.
If you both had been from California, same thing. If you both had been from Kansas, I don't know if I would have done it.
Huh. Sounds to me like I got the short shrift here.
I don't know, dudes. Settle it.
Settle what? This is an absolutely asinine debate we're having.
Well, not if you're in my shoes. Let me tell you that right now.
Well, I guess in your shoes, yeah. But
well, be thankful.
The California thing, that didn't make much sense.
No, it made no sense.
You got it because a parent was, well, we know that was your mom.
It happens to be my mom. It's not.
Yeah, it's not about a parent. It's about your mother.
Right, who happens to be my mother.
So during that entire tattoo, you're probably looking down there going, this is going to be great to honor my mom. I can't wait. And I can't wait.
No, it's to honor.
And then the one I got, that's about me and whatever.
They're both about me.
Right. Not
about my quote-unquote identity. I have some identity that's a little Californian.
You're not a Californian.
Yeah, of course I am. And a little Kansan in the blood.
You're the worst Californian ever.
I'm laid back. I'm so cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
You wouldn't last 5 minutes in California.
I've lasted more.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll make our picks. In ink. Stay with us.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
All right, we're ready to make picks. Here's where we stand. Let me get these on my computer because I know people are very interested to know where the standings are.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, we have 4 or 5 different sets of them, so let's hear your version.
There's Jeff whining.
Not whining.
No, he's whining.
Not at all.
These numbers are accurate. They're spot on. And that's the way it is.
Have you gone through every week and re-added and reshuffled?
Yeah, I'm good. Everything's good.
Okay.
If you were winning, you'd be winning. You're not winning. Here's where we
close.
are after, let's see here, 12 weeks?
11.
Something like that.
This is the 12th week.
All right. Jeff currently has the best record in picks, 49-41. I'm at 48-42. Max at 47-43. Dude at 40-50.
Right where I want to be, boys.
Points, I lead at 228. Jeff second at 216. Max third at 209. Dude at 177.
Yeah, I wonder about this.
I don't know,
32
Bob.
behind third?
This edition, too.
I have you
It's
at 226, Jeff at 218, Duder at 181, and me at 214.
Well, you're wrong.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
I'm
so.
the official gatekeeper of the pick.
I'm going to have
course.
Jeff
Oh, I
add him
had
up
more
next
than
time
that.
he's in.
But Max, every time you've given us your picks, you've been wrong on something.
But
So
the Jets,
it's
you were
hard to have
wrong.
any
I took the
faith.
Jets. So last week I was wrong. I thought Texas was favored. That was it.
Let's hear the music and get going on picks. Georgia visiting Tennessee. Tennessee just routed last week at Missouri. Georgia 10.5-point favorite on the road. I think Tennessee is crumbling in front of our very eyes. Georgia for 6. Jeff.
By the way, as you know, these picks are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook, and the official sportsbook of KFH. Georgia.
Just say it, please. What?
Georgia for 7.
Let's see what Duda picks.
Well, here we go already.
It's not quite Thanksgiving
Tennessee's
yet.
at home. Georgia looking good, but this is a game they might overlook a little bit. Tennessee looked absolutely terrible last week. Tennessee for 2.
Why would Georgia overlook?
Yeah, I don't get.
Just don't worry about it.
They're trying to win a national championship. Max.
Yeah, Georgia just took the #1 spot. They want to stay there. I'm taking Georgia for 8.
Yeah, that seems like a fairly easy one. Washington at Oregon State. There's always great games in the Pac-12 every week. This is another one. Oregon State, a little bit flying under the radar, yet a 2.5-point favorite at home against an unbeaten Huskies team. Jeff.
Don't understand this line at all. I get Oregon State's very good. I get there at home. But Washington is a better team. Washington will not lose this game. And I have that for 8. Washington.
Jason Duda.
And Oregon State's not bad either.
That's what I just said.
And they're at home.
That's what I just said.
Washington, very good. Yes, no question about it. But this is not going to be Washington's week. Oregon State for 3.
This is working out so good.
Man. Max?
Yeah, Washington, I don't see them leaving the ranks of the undefeated. I'll take them for 2.
I've got Washington for 7. So Duda has picked 2 islands.
That's
on
hilarious.
which to submerge himself.
Yeah.
Texas visiting Ames to play the Cyclones. Ames a tough place to go in and win. Texas a 7.5-point favorite. We start with Duda.
I don't like this one. I like the other 2. This one I'm not sure about. Texas should win this game. I wasn't impressed with Iowa State. But at home is tough. I don't like it, but I'm going to take Iowa State for 1.
You love those home dogs.
Max.
Yeah. Texas be too much for Iowa State, I think. I'll take Texas for 3.
think you're selling Iowa State short. That's a good football team. They are especially good at home. I like Iowa State in that number for 3. Jeff?
Can Texas win this game 33-25? The answer is yes. Iowa State, I think, is finished. Texas still has a lot to play for. Give me the Horns for 4.
Just an asinine pick.
Maybe.
I don't think so. That's a toss-up.
Listen, I think it's a terrible pick.
Well, you think everything's terrible if you don't pick it. It doesn't matter what it is or what the game is.
Well, I don't care what I think.
Your first 2 picks, though, were pretty terrible.
Yeah, well, we'll see after Saturday.
Bull alert. Iowa State coming off a 45-13 win over BYU. I don't know where this hate for Iowa State's coming from.
Don't have hate.
Utah, Arizona, another big game in the Pac-12. We talk a lot about Utah. We talk a lot about Washington, Oregon State. Arizona has quietly had a very good year. They're home. This is a pick'em game. We start with Max.
I'm staying in the desert. Desert Storm, Arizona for 5.
Arizona for 5, the 7-3 Wildcats. This is a tough game. I like, oh man.
Is it that difficult?
It is difficult.
Wow.
Arizona's won 4 in a row since consecutive losses to USC and Washington State. I like them to continue that hot streak. Arizona for 1. Jeff.
These seem like they should be easier. You just got to pick a winner. But it is tough. I have Arizona, though, for 2.
Duda, you making it a clean sweep?
I am absolutely not going to do that. Utah's defense is going to show up in the desert. You're looking at a game that's going to be about 27-13 for Utah.
Well, then that's an 8-point pick.
Oh, and I'm taking them for 5.
Only 5.
Doesn't this make you nervous that you're on all these islands and it's not yet Thanksgiving?
Love being, I told
It's
you.
not Thanksgiving.
Why are you panicking before Thanksgiving?
Panicking? Do I look like I'm panicking?
Oh, yeah, you're panicked.
I'm literally having a nap in this chair.
These are panic picks by Jason Duda. And here we get to Kansas State, Kansas. The Jayhawks at home, underdogs. We're not sure about Jason Bean. 8.5 points. We'll start this one with Jeff.
I think it's your turn.
Yep.
All right, it's my turn. What a tough game. Kansas State has been like night and day, home and away. I like KU in that number for 2. Jeff.
I also feel like KU is going to stay within basically a touchdown here. I'll take the Hawks, and I got them for 3.
All right, Duda, there's another potential island for you. We know you don't pick Kansas.
Well, and I was asked on the show by KU Pat not to pick Kansas. And so, since I think that KU Pat and I are getting on the same page a little bit, I'm going to do what he asked. I'll take K-State for 4.
Max?
That's scary. K-State's not, they're still in state, so I like them. I like K-State for 4 as well. I don't like being the same as Duda sometimes.
Yeah, there's another gain for yours truly. Now to the NFL. Cincinnati and Baltimore tonight. It's a good one. The Ravens, 3.5-point favorites. Jeff.
I hate this number a lot. They were talking about it on Rome. They're so cool. They call it 3 and a hook. We're just idiots over here. We got to call it.
You know what? I don't need to be I know you want to be a Californian.
Let's go with the hook. 3 and a hook.
I don't need to be a cool Californian.
I know.
And that's what Jim Rome strives to be. A cool Californian.
I mean, he kind of is. His big head guy is awful on the radio, but beside the point. I have Baltimore for 5.
Baltimore for 5. Duda.
Division games. Thursday night, you just really don't know what's going to happen in these. Both coming off losses that they shouldn't have lost last week. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to take the 3 and a hook
Oh, God.
And I'm going to take Cincinnati for 6.
That hook really seduced you, didn't
If
it?
the hook wasn't there, I wouldn't have took it.
Max, what about you?
Cincinnati has too many injuries. Burrow's got something. The offensive line, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson's a running back with the option to throw. I'm going Baltimore for 7, especially since they're at home.
Baltimore for 7. I, too, believe Baltimore is a more likely bounce-back team here. I think they right their ship, and I like Baltimore for 5. So there's Duda on another island.
I'm going to
Love it.
The best part is I'm going to be ahead after tonight this week. Literally,
One game?
pencil me in for the win this
One
week.
game puts you in the overall lead.
Well, yeah, because I'll be winning after this for the week. I'll be winning the week. Just give me the
interesting-
trophy now.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland, we've made this a pick'em game with the situation with Deshaun Watson. So we start with Duda.
Yeah, no Deshaun Watson. They're going with the kid they call DTR. They're not even going with P.J. Walker in Cleveland. I don't know how that's
Guess
going to
he's terrible.
handle. Well, he is terrible. That I agree with. I'm taking Pittsburgh in this.
Wait a minute.
Always like Pittsburgh.
Yesterday on the show, you indicated that you were all over Cleveland in this game.
What? When?
No, you said it.
Earlier
right?
this show. It was today.
Yeah, it might have been
Are
today.
you guys out to lunch?
So you're picking Pittsburgh.
I'm taking Pittsburgh for 8.
Well, that's a stark change. Max.
Oh. Yeah. If Cleveland had a real quarterback, they'd be super dangerous. And I picked them since before I knew Deshaun Watson was out. But I'm taking Cleveland for 1. I don't trust Pittsburgh's quarterback.
I don't know. I'm going to go. I'm. Cleveland's defense is really good. Pittsburgh's offense is not good. But I don't know how Cleveland's going to score. So this is like a 10-7 game, I guess. 14-10. Pittsburgh, I'll go 8. Jeff.
Might be low scoring. I don't know. This always seems to surprise you. Pittsburgh for 6.
What was that?
What's so funny?
I was trying to say something, and I said absolutely nothing. And it just cracked me up a little bit.
Well, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I don't know. I just tried to say something, and I said, it'll always surprise you. That's what came out of my mouth, and that's embarrassing.
Finally, the big one Monday night, Philadelphia in Kansas City to face the Chiefs, where Kansas City is a 2.5-point home favorite. We know Max is going to pick Philadelphia for 6, right, Max?
That's right. They had the Super Bowl stolen from them. They're out for revenge. I'm looking for Bernard
Max has
Pollard.
made me a Chiefs fan.
Yes, so you should be forced to pick them for 8.
The utter ridiculousness
Okay.
of Max Power
Oh,
and his hatred
They don't
for
even
the
let the
Chiefs.
quarterback do it. He can get hurt if he sneaks it. Oh, shut up.
Love him. What a dynasty in Kansas City.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is a dynasty,
Okay.
Max.
Yeah,
Kansas City is my pick.
when they get to 9
4.
Super Bowls, yeah.
No, that's not what it requires, Max.
Oh, okay.
They've been the best NFL team now for how many years, Duda?
4.
Yeah, that's
4.
That's kind of dynasty-ish.
Dynastic.
Well, they got 2 Super Bowls, so yeah. I mean,
Ooh.
they're kind of there.
I had 3 out of 4
Yeah.
and 3 out of 5.
And your team's 2-8 now.
I don't care.
Jeff.
Brady's retired. What'd you take him for, Bob? Pick 4.
What'd you take?
You took the E.
I took Kansas City for
There you
4.
go. Yeah.
Philly's going to win this game. But I only have it for 1.
You're taking Philly.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think they're better. And we'll see. We'll find out.
Hey, I'm worried. We're all worried about Kansas City's offense, and Philly's going to put some points up. This is, I think this is a close. I think this is like a 24-23 game. It's going to come down to the wire.
So Philly.
I'm taking Philly for 7 because I don't really trust, and I can't believe I'm saying
Every
this.
time I do the
but
island with the Chiefs,
Don't
they
trust.
come through for
I
me.
don't trust the Chiefs' offense right now.
They come through for me every week.
They might again.
Yeah, you
They're
got
the
a
reason
chance.
I lead.
How many do you have on them?
4.
Nah.
Well, I mean, that's
No
a
big deal.
It's
net
nice.
gain of 11 against Duda.
It's big, but you never know. It'll always surprise you.
Oh, great insight.
Always surprise you.
You know, you've offered nothing to the show today.
I did it as a favor to you guys.
Go shave your head and get a tattoo on your dome.
Well, that would be
Hook.
interesting.
Yeah.
Might.
Then you'd fit more in.
To what?
To be in the guy that people hear on this show.
I don't think I could do my podcast with a head tattoo.
The X-Man, Xavier McDaniel, will be on this show tomorrow. We look forward to that. Duda will be in with yours truly, Jeff. Headed up to see the Eagles.
How many times is this now?
This will be 52 and 53.
One
Seen
more,
him twice?
Yes.
which seems ludicrous.
Well, they're in the same town twice in a row. Why would I leave?
Why not do something else in St. Paul?
We will. Saturday during the day.
What will you do?
No idea. Last time we went and walked around a little area, little nature type area, but it'll probably be too cold for anything.
Why
like
not
that.
head to the Mall of America?
Maybe.
Have you been there?
Yes. Twice.
What else is there to do in St. Paul, Minneapolis?
I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty to do.
You know, it's one of the great downtowns, Minneapolis. As you drive into it from 35, it's really cool.
Well, it is Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Well, I'm talking about seeing Minneapolis.
But aren't they literally right next to each other?
But you can't drive. You know what?
What?
I think Misty would be a better co-host sometimes.
Well, if you're driving in and you see both, what do
You don't see both.
I do.
No, you don't. They're not like.
They're twin cities.
Yeah, but they're
not 10 miles apart. They're next to each other.
Minneapolis is the city that you see, downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
They're not. It's not a combination.
I believe
They're
that
not
it is.
Minneapolis, St. Paul. They're not like, well, where are you going today? Oh, I'm going to Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Twin cities.
Yeah, I'm going to. They're the same city, but
Why
I'm going to call it St. Paul today.
Why do the Minnesota Twins wear TC on their hats?
Because that's a long-standing tradition.
Twin cities.
Right. That's
Boom.
what they've been called. But they're not the same city.
They're not the same city, but they're twin cities.
Well, this is like painful.
Well, not because of me. If it's painful, you're looking to your right for the pain.
No, it is. They're the same. There's part of the downtown.
So they're just identical cities.
No, they're not identical.
Well,
but
you
they're
just said they're twin
They're
cities.
not identical twins. They're fraternal twins, and one of them.
I worry that your wife may be listening. And
one
at
of
some point, she's got to say
one
to
of them's
yourself,
over here.
I think, listen, I'm all for
The other one's over
commitment
there.
of marriage, but there's a good chance I could do better.
Well, I think everyone knows that.
Well, I mean, my God, Shannon. I'm now imploring her to
Say
give
it.
it some thought.
Say it.
And while we're at it, Dia, take a look at your situation. I mean, for
Hey,
crying
that's
out
talking
loud.
about me. How did I get thrown in the
I
mix
don't
here?
know, just because.
You know why?
Come on.
Just
Stop it.
because at some point you've done similar things.
Are you kidding? I've done similar things?
Yeah, you
What? Explain.
pure idiocy has come out of your mouth.
Well,
You know it.
I can't argue that point.
Why in the world?
I'd like to, but I can't.
I mean, there must, if people are
See,
driving.
here's how close Minneapolis and St. Paul are.
How close?
I put it, what's the distance between Minneapolis and St. Paul? They gave me from Minneapolis to St. Paul, Kansas. Because literally Minneapolis and St. Paul are the same city. So why would they?
Now they're the same city again. We're back to that.
Now they're the same city. Which one is it, Jeff? Are they the same city or are they twin
They
cities?
have separate
They're
governing
9 miles
bodies.
apart.
9 miles. That's farther than Wichita and Derby. So
Many
it's
call Wichita and Derby the miniature twin cities.
idiocy, fool alert. What, Max? Get on it.
He did earlier
I already got it
for
today.
dudes.
I
Thank
don't
you.
even know if I deserved it.
Probably.
This deserves it way more than
Oh,
whatever
this-
I did.
The
Don't you-
Fool Alert doesn't even come close to.
Wouldn't you
describing.
rather explore things that you think you know rather than just assume you know them? Like, you just like, well, Minneapolis is different. What if I tell you it's not?
Well, I knew you weren't. So.
But what if I do?
Well, you didn't.
But I'm saying, what if?
I
should be
seem
open
to know a hell of a lot more about American geography than you do.
I guess.
It doesn't seem like it's even close. There's probably things you know more about than me.
Probably.
I can't think
Literally
of one.
everything else.
I can't think of one. But I'm sure
Well, I don't know about.
there are.
I don't know the game by game of Dick Harp like you do, but other than that, I think we got some stuff.
Anything?
I have no. No.
It'll always surprise you.
No, you got me. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing for this. I have nothing.
This is the lowest we've ever sung.
This is interesting. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well,
I don't
Anytime
know.
you can incorporate Dick Harp into the show, though. Feel like you should.
Dick Harp, who? Former KU basket. I don't know why he came up.
It's funny.
Yeah, what is that?
No
That's
idea.
a funny name to say.
Talk to your wife.
I will.
Just check with her.
I will.
He's not going to have a choice. They're going to be in the car for how long?
Ask her a couple questions for me.
Okay, what?
Why'd you marry me? And
Why are you still married to me?
And I don't know. You're doing. I'm sure you're a fantastic husband.
Oh, I gotta be.
Undoubtedly, as you are. I mean, you're both just wonderful.
Why are you throwing this out there like that?
Wonderful soulmates.
Is that what is going on? You need a parting shot here before we go today?
I don't know why we haven't heard the music.
Is that why? If that's why, I can understand. If you just needed to throw a little shot in there, Jeff's leaving, not going to be back till next week.
Well, Jeff's
and
been
me just because.
Jeff's been married now. How many years? 11?
Yeah.
You've been married what?
20.
20. Next month, I'll celebrate my 13th wedding anniversary.
So realistically, you two should be listening to me on this subject.
Well, when you add all Bob's up, you get to about 14 and a half.
What are you making like? You know, one of those people was your mother.
I know, but it's still funny.
that was funny. That was funny.
So now you're making fun of me and your mother being married.
Uh-huh.
Why
for,
is
for a
that?
brief time.
It's all right. He's got tattoos from both states on his arm for you guys. You're good.
You're both represented.
See?
I may just kick your you know what.
Bring it.
You know, 30 years ago, I would
bring it.
The guy you are now, 30 years ago, I would have mopped the floor with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever physically injure someone?
Oh, please.
No.
There's hospital wards right now still talking about it.
Good.
That's
what happens when you run over somebody in the parking lot.
That's the end of today's show, thankfully.
Thank God.
Tomorrow's show will start at 2 o'clock sharp. We hope you'll be listening. See you then. See ya. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Have a fun night. What? Thank you.